Hello everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Thoughtful Leaders, an initiative under Thoughts on Education by College Dunia. Thoughts on Education initiative is to enrich the user experience at collegedunia.com and try to bridge the long due gap between the vision of the top management and the students. Today we have with us Dr. Meena Rajesh, Vice-Chancellor of Raisoni University, Saikheda. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am, I would like to enlighten our audience with a brief introduction of yours. Dr. Meena Rajesh is the Vice-Chancellor of Raisoni University, Saikheda. Ma'am did her MBA in Finance and Marketing from Kungu Engineering College. In the past, ma'am has been associated with Raisoni Group of institutions in various capacities, such as Assistant Professor, Associate Professor, and Principal. In all, ma'am has over 18 years of teaching experience in various studies such as marketing, human resource management, strategy management, business economics, and operation management. Dr. Meena Rajesh is a well-organized, analytical, research-oriented academician with the acuity of mind, strong persuasive, and negotiation skills. Welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Shall we begin, ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, so the first question that I have for you are, you have been in the education space for some time now. What are the things that you find unique to the education sector, and how has been your experience with the university?
Okay, first, when we talk about Indian education sector as such, it plays a very major role in the global economy because we are one of the largest economy in the entire globe with a population of around 26.3% with the age group of 0 to 14 years. So we have this 500 million odd people who are in the school going and college going category. So it's a very opportunistic sector, I would say rather. And the uniqueness about our Indian education system is, as I told you, one, there is a whole lot of young population which are in schools and colleges. So there is a lot of opportunities available. And also we are one of the largest English-speaking communities in the world. So our learning process is done majorly through the language English. So that itself has a uniqueness. If you see compared to the other countries, we have this lot as more. And the other uniqueness, what I see is the government initiative, the recent initiative through National Education Policy, which has given a whole raise of a new look to the Indian education system. So, we are attracting a lot of investments in this area because of our education policies that is in place. So I find our Indian education system to have a very positive and a bright and an optimistic future in days ahead. And my experience as part of this university, I've always been a teacher right from beginning, and a transformation from a teaching professional to an academic, from academic to an administrative, side, because this post holds a lot of administrative profile. So it's been quite challenging, but at the same time, I have been exploring it and learning it through. So this is what I feel. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And ma'am, being the Vice Chancellor at GHRU, what are your roles and responsibilities towards the students?
So as I told you, this post of Vice Chancellor is more of administrative part, but definitely we pay this, Vice Chancellor post has a lot of, important role that is played in terms of the students' life. Number one being academic planning and designing of curriculum. We being a private university, we have a lot of autonomy at our hands to design the curriculum for our students, keeping in mind what is required in the industry. So definitely my role as a Vice Chancellor is more on the planning designing of curriculum. For example, we give a choice-based, curriculum system for our students. So, what kind of basket of courses should each branch of students should get? So, my involvement is more into that, and also bringing up certain value addition courses, skill-based courses, that is the need of the hour. So that is also being taken care and designed with team of teachers in the university. So likewise, my role plays majorly in terms of then what is the need of a student to make him or her as a job ready, industry ready. So this is what I had to do. Yes.
You did answer my next question partially, but still I'll put towards you. Like, when the talk is more about industry relevant skills and being future ready and practical aspects are given more importance. So how does the curriculum at your university ensure the best practice of the industry?
Yeah, as I earlier told you, ours is a private university and we have full autonomy in designing our own course curriculum for our students. Apart from the regular studies they have for their respective branches or courses for their programs, we offer majorly 3 verticals, in form of one, courses which makes them employable, industry ready. So skill-based courses, entrepreneurship-based courses, and research-based courses. So there are 3 baskets from where the student has to choose one each and had to undergo these courses during his or her span of time that they spend in the university. Apart from this, we have another set of value addition courses for our students. When I say value addition courses, these are minimum 30 hours courses, which includes foreign languages and communication skills, IT skills that are required. So these value-based courses are given to them. And a third important thing is that we have a structured forum which takes care of their training in terms of internship. So a compulsory internship is there in each and every program that the student undergo under GHRU. So for example, a pharmacy student has to undergo a compulsory 3 months internship. An engineering student has to go for 6 months, and an MBA student also has to undergo an internship. So somewhere we have tried to bridge up the gap that is there in our Indian higher education system, that few courses are only theory based, and when the student gets into the industry or corporate, he or she needs certain skills to get absorbed in a company. So we try to put it across through these 3 different verticals, namely the courses which are required for their industry, and then value addition, as well as the internship.
And ma'am, does the university helps them procure those internships?
Yeah, definitely. We have a team working on exclusively for these internships and training programs, wherein we bring across on board many corporates, and a one-on-one, the corporates addresses the students about their needs and what kind of training they would be giving. And the student is open to choose amongst them whichever they feel like, and they do it. Yes.
Okay. When COVID-19 hit us, one of the most affected group were the teachers. They had to adapt to the online mode of teaching and making the classes more interactive even in the online mode. So in such a scenario, how does the institute enhance the faculty skills and prepare them according to the industry standards?
So this COVID was actually an eye-opener for all of us, because we were not mentally prepared for such a kind of transition that would happen. No one expected it, that the entire teaching learning would be online, where we used to ban mobile phones inside the classes, and the same mobile phones are being used for teaching learning process. So the first and foremost thing is that the every teaching faculty in GH Raisoni University undergoes a thorough set of training programs, or you could say orientation program as to how to handle the students inside and outside the classrooms, and also use of ICTs in their teaching learning process. So we already had smart classrooms while they were conducting classes in a conventional way. But when this particular scenario happened in COVID, that the entire teaching learning was shifted to online platform. We adopted WebEx, Cisco WebEx platform for our teaching, wherein first we had to train the faculties outrightly as to how to handle these WebEx platforms in terms of conducting classes, and then taking out attendance, submission of assignments, as well as conducting the assessment, the test that happens, internal test that happens during the course. So they had been properly trained, and now people are quite well versed in handling it. So this is part of like the classroom teaching on online mode. But at the same time, there was a challenge as to make how to make those classes more interesting and innovative.
Yeah.
So that the student sticks on to the online classes, because many a times they'll just log in and maybe they sleep off, or they do their other household work. So to make it more interesting and innovative, that was a big challenge for us. And especially us as a diverse schools, we have agriculture, we have pharmacy, we have law, engineering, and then management. So that was quite very challenging for us to make the class interesting. But we were successful in that by making our teachers undergo various kinds of workshops and webinars across the globe. Wherever we could get some good insights, we could adopt those stuffs and made those classes interesting. And to a extent that students also accepted the fact that online classes are quite interesting, like a conventional classes. Yeah.
Okay. Ma'am, when we talk about the greatest strengths of the university, one thing that you mentioned was that being a private university, you get that freedom to design your own curriculum and other practices. And apart from that, what are the other strengths that you feel?
See, the greatest strength I would say about GH Raisoni University, Saikheda, is the schools that we run. Like, as I told you, we have multidisciplinary colleges under our university. One is being agriculture, another being pharmacy, the third being engineering. And if you see, there is a lot of interconnection between these three major schools. Like a student who is pursuing mechanical engineering has done quite a great number of projects with reference to the agriculture field.
Yeah.
Okay. And pharmacy student, along with the agriculture student, have come out with beautiful medicinal herb projects, wherein they are thinking about launching few tablet form or powder form of say antioxidants or stuffs like that. So this particular point, you can't see it in any other university where there is a conventional or traditional courses that are being run. So our greatest strength is that every branch of student gets a flavor of another branch. As mentioned in National Education Policy, which talks about interdisciplinary part. Now the future is all about interdisciplinary. A person should know about something more extra apart from his regular studies. That is what we have been doing right from day one, that we have interconnected and interlinked all the schools with each other, that the students have undergone various interesting aspects of the other schools. And I found it that this is something, a unique selling proposition, that I would say USP of our university, is that every student of ours is a product of interdisciplinary say projects or research. He or she can look forward and adapt it. So this is one I would say the strength of ours. And the second important strength is we are located in a district called Chindwara district in Madhya Pradesh, which is one of the largest district in MP. And there is no other private university in the entire district. The students haven't come across a good college or a school in this place, and we are there to serve the rural people and the rural population over here with the latest innovative teaching learning process. So that itself is a big strength for us to tap the unexplored market which is there in Madhya Pradesh. Yes.
And ma'am, do the students are also encouraged to go out and interact with the local population and like teach them some techniques?
Yeah, so our 40% of the students are from the local areas. So in and around the villages of our university. So if you see, ours is primarily we have this agriculture college as one of the major college in our university. A majority of our students are pursuing either undergraduate BSc agriculture program or MSc, agriculture. So it's the best platform. Like, you are able to interact with the farmers around who have their own issues. They don't know how to sell their produce. They are fighting against the diseases which are unknown to them. They don't know about their soil fertility. Small things, but they are not able to get a solution for it, and they had to travel long distance to solve the queries to certain government agencies where they need to apply. Now, all these things have been solved by our own students because they take up so many live projects and, as I told you, field works with these, NGOs or say on their own through their clubs, and they try to solve the problem of these farmers. And our law school students have set up a legal clinic, aid clinic at our own campus, which caters to free legal aid to all the rural population in these 5-6 villages which are situated around our university. So any farmer who comes with certain documents, they want to know whether it has been registered properly, any kind of legal opinion, it's given free of cost to them. Even marriage counseling is being done by our own law students. So in this way, we are trying to give back to the society and also to the people with whom we are here. So this is the connect that we have been building across the villages around our university. Yes.
Okay. Ma'am, like you mentioned about the law and the agriculture students practicing the knowledge that they are gaining in the classrooms and outside world. So what are the other extracurricular activities that happen in the university to enhance the skills of the students?
Yeah. So there is no dread of these activities, say extracurricular and co-curricular activities in our universities. Basically, we have divided into two forms. One in the form of clubs, which is more about extracurricular activities. There are around 16 active clubs that are operated in our operating in our university, right from trekking club, sports club, food club. There is a club called Happiness Club, Reading Club. So these clubs are being run by the students themselves. So they have a bunch of batch holders who run these clubs and conduct weekly activities and monthly mega activities and pull out the students from their branches which are like first years, juniors, basically to make them more comfortable. Especially the challenge was for the last 1 year, the juniors never got to know about their seniors. So it was all through the virtual induction ceremony and the ice-breaking session. Everything happened virtually. So all those things were taken care by the clubs. And for the co-curricular activities, we have a setup called forums, student forums, which are more structured, where a faculty is kept as an in charge. For example, we have training and placement forum. Then we have III Industry Institute forum. We have alumni forum. We have international relation office forum. So such forums are guided by the teachers, but the students actually own the responsibility and run the ship. So example, quote an example, the Triple I cell, the Industry Institute cell, has the responsibility of bringing guests on board for a webinar or a seminar or a workshop to our university. So it's being taken care by the students who draft a letter and approach the industry, get the guests, and host that event. And same for training and placement, they fix up the companies, they talk to the companies, either for internship or for the final placement. They try to rope in those companies to the university. So in this way, we keep them engaged in both curricular and co-curricular activities. Apart from that, there is a ED cell which runs very actively, because our parent organization has got an incubation center wherein they are ready to incubate the startups. So definitely ED cell also has a major role to play in their students' life. So this is how we keep our students engaged.
Okay. And ma'am, when COVID-19 forced the universities across India and the world to suspend physical classrooms, how did GHRU Saikheda coped up during these COVID times?
Okay, I was, it was a very difficult situation initially, because as I told you, 40% of our students come from rural areas.
Yeah.
And even though having a smartphone was not solving the issues, because there was no connectivity there at their villages. That was a major issue, because even today the connectivity is not good in tribal areas and hilly areas and in remote villages. So we had a major issue. So university had to reach them out in form of having weekend classes at their own places, calling and pulling students over there and conducting few classes over there. And after some time, the time had come for the examination part. Okay, now it was a big challenge for us, because the university had first declared an open book test, which the students were quite happy about it. And one of the semester we had open book test. But then when we thought that this COVID is not going to go in given time, and we had to think something better than open book test. So we went for a proctored AI-based examination for the last 2 semesters, and we were very successful in that. First, there were very too much of apprehension from the students, like how they would get into such examinations. But then now it has become part and parcel of their life. It has become a new normal, that now, given no matter in front of the camera, they have to sit and write the exam. So it had been a roller coaster for us. Being in rural area was a major challenge. I don't think any university which is situated in cities might have faced such problems. But still, in India, the connectivity is a big issue, and we need to accept the fact that in future also, if we recommend a hybrid way, online cannot be a solution. You need to have a brick mortar model where the classroom session should also happen.
Well said, ma'am. Ma'am, what according to you are some of the biggest challenges, both for higher education and for the university in specific?
Okay, the biggest challenge is the mindset. Okay, mindset of the students and the parents. The biggest challenge is the students feel that once I get enrolled to a premier institute or a university, our job is over. Now they will take care of our job and future. The perception that someone is going to work on them and they are not going to work it's a very bad notion that every student carries. Now it's high time that, and also because of COVID, we have realized that it is now that self-learning mode has come into place. Now there is no one who is taking up stick and holding you back in the class. Now it is up to you to whether to sit in the class or attend the class or just go and sleep off. So the mindset is a big challenge. The students who have realized it now, that it is their duty and responsibility to pull up their socks and sit and think about their future seriously and take the advantage of the resources available would go ahead in the career. The others are going to, have a pitfall. So the major challenge is, no matter what kind of changes and technology we bring in, the mindset of the student as well as for the parent needs to be changed. And the second important thing is the resistance that we have been showing, in past will not be there. This I would say that COVID has taught us that if you resist, you will perish. You need to accept the change and move with the flow that is there. So I think the biggest challenges are these. And if our university is mainly, we orient the student whosoever joins us. Look, you have joined us. It doesn't mean that your future is guaranteed. Your future is going to be really good. You need to contribute on your side, and we are there to support you as the facilitators. Together, we can do wonders. So that is the biggest challenge what we are facing.
And ma'am, my next question is that what are some of the plans that you are currently working on or designing for GHRU when it comes to the international affairs and students?
Yeah. So again, I would say COVID is being a blessing in disguise, where we have got many good things because of this pandemic. And one such good thing is getting into the global market. Ours is a very, infant university, I would say. We are just 5 years old in the market. But then this COVID has given a platform for us to showcase ourselves in the global market. And in last 8 months, we have signed MOU with at least 7 or 8 big international global universities across Southeast Asia, Australia, and Europe for our agriculture school, pharmacy school, and engineering. One for virtual mobility, in terms of virtually doing internship with them and their students doing internship with us. So we call it as virtual mobility of students. That could happen, and it's a wonderful exposure for our students sitting in Madhya Pradesh and taking doing something for a university which is in Malaysia or in Australia or in Singapore. So virtual mobility could happen, and also this transfer of credit. One paper of their university is being taught over to the students over here. For example, we have signed an MOU with South Wales University from Sydney. So we have this program for doing a PhD and master's degree. So especially for the agriculture students. So 1 year master's degree they would do here in India with us. And the second year of their MSc program, they would do it in Australia. So such opportunities were available only because of this, so-called pandemic situation, which brought all the big ones and small ones in the same platform, called virtual platform, and showcase your thoughts. So this is what we are planning, that in future also we would try to mobilize and send our students to every part of the globe wherever they could get a chance to shine.
Okay. And ma'am, earlier you mentioned about ED and the incubation cell as well. So how is the university promoting entrepreneurship within the students, and what kind of support does the students get from the university?
So as I told you, our ED cell is very active in our university. And what do we do is right from scratch, like how to create an idea, how to write a business plan, and how to pitch it in front of an venture capitalist or jury members. We make our students to undergo through a certain step-by-step process of short-term modules in their course of, during their graduation or post-graduation program. And there are students who are quite very proactive with their own set of ideas, and they come up with those ideas, and we try to help them out through make assigning it to a faculty member who works with them along with their ideas. And as I told you, our parent organization has an incubation center wherein our students are given a chance to present it, and if they like the idea and given a nod, then they are ready to set up. Okay. So, but still we are in the progress. There has not been much great breakthrough in it, but definitely in coming days, I could sense that the students would definitely start up with their own business.
Sure, ma'am. And my last question to you is that any suggestions that you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
For the current youngsters or for our students, what I would rather say is, number one, very important is the knowledge part. If you need to have a right and a good amount of knowledge to be very strong in whatever you do it. So when you are studying, when you are in your student life, you have to make sure that you are equipped with the right knowledge so that your fundamentals are clear, which I see majority of our students don't take it the basics very seriously. They feel let's see in future, we'll learn it through these short-term courses and all those stuff. So I would definitely say, number one, have a right and good amount of knowledge. And the second thing is about the thought process or the thinking process. You need to have a right thinking process about your future and about the things that is happening around you. No amount of wrong or negative thoughts will help you out. So that is one thing. And the third thing is walk the talk. So, okay, whatever you feel that it's good, you should implement in your life first. Yeah. It's not just advising others and not doing it. So it is basically, you need to live your lifestyle that matches your vision, which is very important. So these three things, I would say, to sum up, you need to have a right knowledge and a positive thinking, and you should walk the talk. Whatever you say, you should do it, and the action should be there. Then no one is there to stop you.
Well said, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. This was certainly an insightful session. So everyone, this was Dr. Meena Rajesh, Vice-Chancellor of J.H. Raisoni University, Saikheda, on the episode of Thoughtful Leaders, an initiative under Thoughts on Education by collegedunia.com.